Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you how I store my bags as well as how I clean my bags before I store them. So I actually just finished filming my bag review of my Amaze Garden Party Tote, and this bag, before I put it into storage, actually it needs a good clean. It has quite a lot of stains, so I thought, why don't do a video on it? So just before I get started, I just want to say that this is the way I clean my bags, or the way I store my bags. You know, there are so many YouTube videos about how to clean your bags, what to use, what not to use, but for me, this method and this the way I store it has been working out for my bags. And I have a lot of leather bags. Some are pretty expensive, and I live in a very humid country, so there are a lot of problems on leather if you live in a humid country. Firstly is moss. The moss grows on your bag because of humidity. Dry and cracked leather is, well, so far I haven't experienced dry and cracked leather. I have experienced my bags being covered in moss. So, and after that I realized I wasn't taking care of my bags that time, so now I know how to take care of bags, and touch wood, so far so good. So you haven't watched my other video, this garden party tote of mine is in the Rose Sakura, and I will put some close up on all the awful stains that it's already accumulated for a while along the bottom of the bag and inside the bag as well on the leather. Because it's such a light color, it picks up dirt like a magnet. My garden party needs a few things. It needs a good wipe down, and it needs a good stain removal. But before I get started on this, I'm going to share with you how I clean my other bags. So whether it's my canvas bags or my Chanel bags, which are all leather, let me share with you how I clean them first before I put them into storage. So this is what I use. I use baby wipes. This is the Johnson & Johnson baby skincare wipes. This is an old packet. This is a new packet. This is what it looks like. I think it has 75 cotton soft wipes. I've been using this for a long time, and it is really very good. To be honest, it feels like cotton with a little bit of water. Don't just get any baby wipes. Make sure you get those that are soap and alcohol free and fragrance free. So when you think about it, I think it's just cotton wipes with water. But it's not. I mean, there are ingredients on it. Let me see what are the ingredients. So if you look at the ingredients, the first two main ingredients is, top one is water and glycerine. And glycerine, you find that in a lot of your moisturizers as well. It keeps moisture in. I feel that that's why I don't suffer from cracked leather, because it keeps the leather soft and supple. The rest of the ingredients, I have no idea what they are, but they're all probably from the glycerin family. Glycerol, glucoside, I think so. Anyway, so let me show you what I do. So I'll take a piece out, and when you take your first piece out, it is really wet. So I don't actually take this straight away onto my bag, because it's to be honest, it's a little bit too much water. So I would squeeze it out and get all the liquid onto my hands, and maybe I'll just take a cloth and just squeeze it. I just want the baby wipe to be slightly damp. So before I wipe my bag with the damp baby wipe, I actually keep a dry microfiber cloth with me. So I'm just going to put it on my shoulder, and let's begin. So I take this and I actually just wipe the bag down. Can you see the leather? Just give it a quick wipe, and I do it by sections. So I'll do the first bit, and I'll take this and I will actually wipe the bag, well, any excess water, because I don't want my bag to be wet. So the reason why I do this is because I want to make sure there is no dirt left on my bags, or any oils from my hands or oil from outside, before I store my bag back into its box. That keeps your bag clean, but it also takes away any kind of dirt, anything that could end up damaging the leather or the canvas. I actually wipe it by sections. I'll wipe a little bit, make sure I clean all the cracks and corners, see that, and then take the dry cloth to wipe off any excess oil or excess water, because I don't want my bag to be wet, and that's also not good for the leather or canvas as well. So I'll do the back, wipe it away. So this way it keeps my bag really clean. If the bag's really big, use two, but this is a tiny bag, then I'll take this and I'll just bring it around the leather strap, just like that. wipe it away. So it actually gets 2 wipes. Now, depends on how much I use this bag. If it was only just a day, I would just do 1 quick wipe before I store it. But if I was using this bag like for a whole week, I normally go and do that twice, just 1 more time, maybe with a new, most likely with a new piece. After this, I don't store it straight away. I actually put it, you know, to air. And I normally air it in an air-conditioned room. So I'll turn on all my air cons, leave the bag there for a couple of hours, let any excess moisture get dried up before I store the bag. I know it sounds like a lot of work, right? But don't store your bags straight away after you clean it, because you don't want it to be damp. Even you can't feel it, you might not be able to feel it, but it could still be there, the molecules and all that. So make sure you leave it out to air. And I always air my bags in an air-conditioned room because air condition is really drying. Do that for a while, then only pack your bags away. So that's how I just do a quick clean for all of my bags, even my Chanel bags. So now moving on to stain removal, I've got this little tube right here, and it contains this white gel leather cleaner, which I shown in my vlog style collective haul, and I got that a couple of months ago, and oh my gosh, this leather cleaner is amazing. So I put a little bit inside a tube, and I actually carried it along with me when I carry my light color bags, because you never know, you might get a terrible stain from some car tire as you swing and you're like, oh my gosh. Actually bring a little bit with me, and I'm gonna show you how this thing is so amazing to clean stains. You can see that the leather here is much darker. It's kind of like polishing shoes, I guess. Just want to make it, you know, nice and clean. And this gel cleaner apparently makes the bag also waterproof. I don't know about that, but it moisturizes the leather, you know, like any shoe, leather shoes. Can you see? It's so much more shiny now. So nice. Okay, let me find another spot which is more obvious on the camera. Okay, can you see this part? It's much darker. Yep, okay, I'm going to do that. Can you see? It's almost new. It's almost new, but yeah, I got a little bit of the dark stains out, and it's actually all along my bag. Let me see what else I can find. Okay, I found another one. This corner right here. Yeah, that looks like dirt. That might be a scratch, but let's try. Oh, it's coming out. Yay. It's much easier to do with 2 hands, but I just wanted to show you first how I clean my bags, especially the light color ones right now. Before I got this leather cleaner, I was actually just using a shoe cleaner, and it works as well, but wow, look at that corner. Good, right? So for the stains, I really go deep into the stain and I wipe it off. But for the rest of the bag, we actually can see the bag is definitely a little bit dirty. But I'm not going to use so much of the leather cleaner. It's expensive and I don't really want to do that. So whatever's left on my cloth, you know, that part where it's still damp with the leather cleaner, I just go around the entire bag and I just give it a buff on those parts. And it gets out pretty much most of the other stains. Not everything, it's not going to be as clean as a spot cleaning, but yeah, it's good enough, you know. I'll just keep going around wherever I feel that's still with the gel cleaner. My bag handles are actually in pristine condition. It's because I always have my twillies around it after my experience with the vachetta leather on LV, and I had one particular bag where the entire handle had to be replaced because it became moss filled. It was green. I know, it's so gross, but it was green, and that was when I realized, like, oh my gosh, there's so much oil on your hands and that's gonna get onto the leather. That was the reason why I decided I'm gonna be taking care of my bags. This moisture and oil and dirt onto this, it's bacteria and moss heaven. For my expensive bags, especially the straps, I wrap them with the twilly, and that protects it because my twilly is, yeah, it needs a clean, so I'm gonna just put that in the wash first. So now that my bag's clean, I'm gonna show you how I store them. I'm one of those people who likes to store my bags back into boxes. I know people like to display them, but I like to keep my things back into the box. It makes me feel, I just like it. So once everything's dry, you know, the bag's cool from all the aircon, I will put it back into the box together with one of these dehumidifier packs. I showed this also in my collective haul when I shared the leather cleaner. And if you're in Malaysia, you can get these from Tesco. So it comes in a pack of 2, and they look like this. This is a brand new one. Yeah, I've used one already. This is the charcoal. I think it's the charcoal. So there's actually charcoal inside. That gets rid of a bit of the smell as well. So there's one side that's plastic, and there's one side that is more porous. So that's where the, I think, moisture will go in. So let me show you one that is already full. So this is the one that's already full. I'll put a close-up, I think that's better. The one that's black is actually the charcoal one. The white one, which is the same, but I think that's lavender or something. I can't remember the smell. So on the porous side, that's where the moisture will go in and seep, and all these beads will soak up all the moisture, and they will become like a gel like this, so it's sticky. I think in my earlier video I said you have to be really careful and know how long you put this kind of moisture absorbers with your bag, because if you see the back of it, because it's porous, when it's full and moisture still goes in, what happens? Moisture actually seeps out of this bag, and this water is not water. It's because it's mixed with that gel, it's actually sticky. There was one day I totally forgot. This is the 16th September, I do write the date, and look at what happened. This moisture seeped through my dust bag, and all these spots got onto the dust bag. Luckily, otherwise it'll get onto my bag. So you have to be careful. Even though you use this to protect your bags, if you forget about it and you leave it, you know, facing this way onto your bag, gone. Anyway, this is a new piece. So I always, to remind myself, and I do this actually once every month, you know, when I remember. So 16, and then now, so today is the 28th, I think, October. So I'll write it there, and because I don't want some to be 26, some to be 28, some I actually do a whole overhaul of all my bags. So I'll take out all the ones that are pretty full, because after a month most of them are full. Those that are not full, what I do is I double up, right? I double up, or I take it and maybe put it with my makeup instead. So coming back to this, so this is the 28th October. Now this bag, what I will do is once it's all dry and clean, I will put it into the dust bag like this, put it into the box, and I would actually put this on top and then close it and then store it. Sometimes I will put this with my bag as well. I might do it for my canvases, but for my Chanels I normally don't do that. I will put these moisture absorbers on top of the dust bag, or on top of some paper or some layer, not directly onto the bag, because it's a real risk. It protects, but it could also damage if you forget. So this bag is ready for storage, and yeah, that's how I clean my bags, and this is how I store my bags. Now if you're wondering how I display them, I actually don't. I just have an IKEA cabinet, which is a sliding, and I just stack all my bags in boxes. Nothing fancy. I don't have anything that, you know, it's actually an embarrassment to show you, so I won't. But it's just like any cupboard. If you're in a cupboard of shoes, you just put the boxes like that. So for me, bags are an investment. I think it's not too much work. It's something that I enjoy doing. I do enjoy taking my bags out every month at least, or maybe 1.5 months, and just take a look and check, which one is, you know, full, and I'll just do a whole overhaul, and I take some of the bags out, make sure I air them once in a while. It is a hobby almost, and yeah, you know, it's an investment that we have to take care of. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I'm sure many of you have your methods and ways to keep your bags clean, and you know, where you store your bags and keep it healthy, you know, away from cracks, away from moss. Definitely put it down in the comments below, and I will be interested to read it. I'm sure other people will be interested to read it as well. So everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!